Good morning, y'all. I came down to the lake this morning. I wanted to walk around here and see if I could find some of these carp. They're probably the most aggravating critter that swims. I usually walk down here. This is where I spend most of my miles trying to burn off some of this lard. And I see these big carp swimming around, and they're feeding. I see them, and I absolutely cannot catch them. I've been so close, but it just hadn't happened yet. So I'm gonna stay at it. But the whole time that I walk, you know, I think, and I've been thinking on this subject for a while that I wanted to share with you. And it's not my normal video, and I'm gonna warn you, it came from a sermon. But guys, please don't turn me off just because of that. You know, I don't care how you stand. This has bearing in your life. Please just hear me out. And yes, it did come from a sermon. It is worked in my life, and it has changed me through the life that I have, and I've been very thankful for this little premise. And it's three people that I think every outdoors person needs in their lives. And those three people are going to be a Paul, a Barnabas, and a Timothy. Now, a Paul is a teacher. Everybody needs somebody that we're pushing for and to grow from. You know, back years ago, I was a canoeist for 20 years. When I made the jump into kayaks, I was, you know, lost as a duck in a desert. I mean, I did like everybody else. I got in as cheap as I could, and I needed help. And it was thankfully through people that invested in my life and coached me and brought me along to get me to the point where then I could turn around and do the same. You know, right now I could use a Paul that knows how to catch a carp on a fly rod, because heaven knows I can't do it. And I need somebody to take me under their wings and show me the ropes. You know, a week or so ago, I got to take a friend of mine that I graduated high school up to the river, and he's getting into kayak fishing, and I got to pour into him, you know, what I've been doing for years and years and years, and it was just a really cool experience. So everybody needs a Paul that we can learn from, that we can build from, because that's what it doesn't matter whether you're kayaking, hiking, you know, camping, whatever you're doing in the outdoors, that you need that type of a coach. Another one that you need is a Timothy. We all need to be turning and pouring our knowledge into somebody else. Now, don't get confused in thinking that a Paul's going to be older and a Timothy's going to be younger. No, it's just in the education levels. It's just in what they know. You know, I've been taught by folks that are a lot younger than me how to do the stuff that I love to do, and I've turned around and poured into folks that are a lot older than me some of the stuff that I've learned how to do. So it's just in what you can do, and the knowledge and the I guess the path that you walk, the miles you've trod, are what you're going to turn around and share with those type of people. I'm involved in a lot of groups on Facebook that are constantly searching for help, and people always start out with, I know this is a dumb question, but, well, if you don't know and the folks in the group do, it's not a dumb question. I mean, if it's going to make it safer, more enjoyable, keep you at it, because a lot of people starting and they've quit because they have no help. They needed somebody to pour into their lives. So in our lives, make sure that you have that Paul that's going to teach you some stuff, and make sure that you have that Timothy that you can turn around and pass on your knowledge to. Now, the third one is the Barnabas, and the Barnabas is the fun one, because the Barnabas is somebody that likes you but is not impressed by you. Now, they're the ones that when you slip and fall in the mud, they're going to help you up, but they're going to be laughing the whole time, and they're going to be reminding you of that story for years to come. You know, I've got two in my lives that are Robert Grigg and Jeff Mann. They are two of my dearest and best friends, and they are my Barnabases. I mean, Grigg reminds me constantly of the time I slipped on the rocks and blew my britches out down on the river. You know, but he was the one that helped me up. So I mean, you see that type of person, and my bride, y'all know that I've been doing this weight loss challenge as much as I can, trying to get all this lard burned off. And I hit a point where I did everything that I could do. I was hung. I was just stuck, you know, like a tick in the belly button. You've heard me say it. So I went to the place where my bride had done so well, had her successes, and I found me a coach, you know, a Paul that I could learn from how to do this. But through this entire journey, Angie, my bride, has been my Barnabas, and she's the one that's like, I'm with you the whole way, but you're not going to do that with that Reese cup in your hand, kind of deal, you know. She's the ones that's going to be there for you the whole time, and they're going to laugh at you, they're going to laugh with you, they're going to stand beside you, and they're the ones that you got to be thankful for. And I'm thankful that I've got a few in my life. So if you guys look at it, just look at the folks that are around you. You got a Paul, a Barnabas, and a Timothy are the ones that everybody needs. Find a Paul to learn from. Find a Timothy to teach to. And guys, if you don't have a Barnabas, be that to somebody else. If you raise your character to other people, their character will raise up as well. Sooner or later, your Barnabas will reveal themselves. And I'm so thankful for the ones that I have in my life. I hope this means something to you. I mean, each one of us, if we could pour, if we could learn, and if we could grow, just think about what we could do for our communities around us, not just the outdoors. You know what I'm talking about. So I hope this means something to you. Y'all take care.